Hi everyone, my name is Monique,
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
and today we're going to be doing a playthrough of a game that is currently on Kickstarter called Rebirth.
Yes, this game is designed by Reiner Knizia and published by Mighty Boards, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. And in this game, we're going to be taking on the roles of clans in Scotland who have been tasked with rebuilding the country.
Yes, this is a tile placement and area majority game for 2 to 4 players. And so today, as per usual, we are going to start with a very quick teach of the game because the rules are fairly straightforward, and then we'll go straight into our 2-player playthrough. If you'd like to jump around, we'll include timestamps in the description below.
Now, we do have to mention this is a prototype copy of the game, so things are subject to change in the future. If you are interested in the campaign, there's a link in the description, which you can check out at your leisure. And lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So, if you'd please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a 2-player game of Rebirth. Welcome to Scotland.
Landscape Scotland.
Right. Now, like we were mentioning, this is a tile placement game. And so over the course of the game, we are going to be taking turns placing one of our tiles out onto the various hexes. Now, since we've already prepared our tiles, I'm going to be using a neutral 3rd-player color to sort of demonstrate what we'll be doing. And so in this game, there are 3 different tiles that you'll see us place. We have 2 different types of farms. They are energy farms that are represented by a lightning bolt, as well as food farms, and there are settlements. And so on your turn, you're going to be placing out one tile, scoring it, and then drawing a new tile for your next turn. Oh no, I revealed it. That's okay, we'll reshuffle before we start. Okay, so then when placing out the various farm tiles, you're required to place them either on a matching space, which means energy tiles must be placed on the matching lightning bolt spaces, or on spaces that are blank. And same goes for the food farm tiles, either on the matching symbols or on blank spaces. And I should mention that there is one exception in the late game if there are no more spaces of those types, meaning if you're trying to place out an energy tile and there are no more lightning bolts or blank spaces, then you can place it on a space of the opposite farm type, and vice versa. After placing a farm tile, you'll then score points, and the way that these score is 1 point per tile in its cluster. And so the cluster has to be the same type of tile, which means if I had 2 more energy farm tiles here of my own player color, and I were to place this down here, I would score 3 points because they're all adjacent matching tiles.
And the first tile will score 1 point.
Yes, that's right. But this also means that if I place my own food farm tile adjacent to this cluster, this would not score points for the energy farm because, again, they have to be all the exact same type of tile.
And you only score points for your own color. So if I had a couple of food farms, Monique would not score for those.
That's right. And that is how the farm tiles work. The 3rd type of tile that we'll be placing out are settlements. And settlements have a range of influence values indicated by the symbols. I believe it goes from 1 to 4. And so this one has 3 influence on them. And settlement tiles are placed in settlements, and they are identified by a settlement symbol. And they range in size between 1 hex, 2, or 3 hexes. And those are small, medium, and large settlements. Now, when placing in a small settlement, which again is just 1 hex in size, you're going to score points equal to the influence value. So in this example, I would score 3 points because this settlement has 3 influence. Now, if you put it in a medium or a large settlement, this only scores as soon as the entire settlement is filled with tiles. And so the medium settlements are going to score 5 points for whoever has more influence and 3 points for the second place. But if you fill it with your own settlements only, then you'll score the full amount of 8 points. In the case of a tie, whoever the active player is will score the lower amount of points. And the same is true for large settlements. The only exception is it's 8 and 5 points instead of 5 and 3. And if you fill the entire thing by yourself, it's 13 points.
And all the points for the settlements are depicted here in this chart.
Right. And in addition, some of these spaces will contain ports, and the ports have a specific symbol that look like this. Anytime you place in any of those tile spaces, you'll score an additional point. And that's essentially it. That is how settlements works. Now, in addition to the 3 types of tiles, we're also going to be placing out our pieces on cathedrals, which have a small cathedral symbol. We'll probably be calling them out as we play the game. They're also more yellowed, as well as castles. And castles are all of the purple spaces. And so the way that both of those work is as soon as you place out a tile adjacent to either a cathedral or a castle, Then you get to place out the corresponding type. So because I had placed out this energy farm here, it's actually adjacent to both this castle as well as this cathedral. I'm going to place out one of my castles on that spot, and I get to place out one of my cathedrals on that spot. Cathedrals will gain you mission cards, and so these are private endgame scoring cards that you're going to try to complete. Some of them will just gain you 3 bonus points. You don't really have to do anything else other than that, and they will go face down in front of you. And others require you to have the most of something. So in this example, we have most energy farms or longest coastline. Some of them will require you to have the most number of tiles adjacent to a specific castle. And at the end of the game, they'll score you the number of points if you are able to meet them, and ties are okay.
So these cards can really be used to drive your strategy in the game. One thing we did not mention is that when you place a tile out, you can literally place it anywhere on the board.
Right. And there are a total of 8 cathedral spaces all around the board, which means you can have a maximum of 8 of these mission cards. And if an opponent places adjacent to the same cathedral, then they'll simply stack their cathedral on top. These are all friendly. You're basically just trying to gain these mission cards. Castles, on the other hand, are not friendly because they are going to score you 5 points each for each of these that you control at the end of the game. And so the way that these work is as soon as you place a tile adjacent to a castle, let's just say that is an energy farm, you're going to see who has the most number of tiles specifically around the castle. And if you now have more tiles than whoever owns the castle, then you bump them off because it is area control. And ties are broken in favor of whoever controls the most farms, because sometimes you'll see settlements adjacent to castles.
So in this case, because it's a tie, the original player would still maintain the castle.
Yes, me.
Yes.
But that's essentially it. Those are all of the different types of tiles and hex spaces that you'll see us utilize throughout the game. And again, on your turn, you're playing your tile, scoring it, and then drawing a new one. So it is very simple. And the game ends as soon as all players have placed all of their tiles. Once the game ends, then you score any incomplete settlements, so basically settlements that you did not get to fully place all tiles. And in those cases, players will score the number of points equal to the influence values of their settlements in there. You'll also score 5 points for each of the castles that you control, and then you'll end by scoring all of your mission cards. But that's essentially it. That is the entire game. So I'm just going to go ahead and reshuffle my tiles, and then we'll get started with the playthrough.
Okay, we are ready to go. Everything has been shuffled, and now we just have to figure out who is going to be going first.
Ready?
Rochambeau?
Yes.
Rock. Rock.
You.
Me.
Okay.
No advantage to that for
Right.
you. So we are playing a 2-player game. So because of that, we have some neutral spaces that are kind of blanked out to kind of shrink the board a little bit.
We should also mention that during setup, we removed 2 tiles, and those 2 tiles we personally get to look at just so we know what's missing from our supply.
Yep.
But that way you can't perfectly count how many of each player's tiles are on the board.
Yeah, the distribution of the 2 different types of farms plus the settlements is 12 of each. So then we remove 2 of just random.
Right. All right, so let's go ahead and draw our starting tiles, and then
Okay.
it is to you for the first turn.
All right, first turn, here we go. Simple decision here. I have only 1 tile to choose from, so I'm going to place this food farm right onto this spot here.
Okay.
So this is going to trigger a couple things. I'm going to get 1 point right away because it's the first of its cluster.
First of its kind.
Yeah, first of its kind. I am next to a cathedral, so let's go ahead and place this out here, and then I draw the top card. Thank you.
Yes.
And then I put my castle tile out. Right there. Perfect.
Burgari. So now Naveen is incentivized to continue building out his farms over here,
Yeah.
and I'm going to try to block it, maybe,
Maybe.
if it gets a little out of control.
Maybe.
So you go ahead and end your turn by drawing a new
Always
tile.
draw one, yep.
And now it is to me for my first turn, and I have an energy farm. So I'm going to go ahead and place this over here because I kind of like the combo thing that Naveen did. And if anything is difficult to read, we'll call out the different spaces as we place our tiles.
Sure.
So I'm going to be placing here. My cluster is a size of 1, so I score 1 point.
1 point, yep.
But I'm also adjacent to both a cathedral as well as a castle. So I'm going to go ahead and place my castle token here on Stirling, so Stirling Castle, and my cathedral token here on Perth. So I too can draw a mission card. It's nice to get these early so you have things to
gun
goal.
towards,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have goals to work towards,
Yeah,
right?
otherwise, you're obviously going to try to grow the biggest cluster,
Right.
but some of these cards can kind of pull you in a different direction.
All right.
All right.
So I'm going to draw my tile. Wait. Okay. back to
Speaking
you.
of cluster, I'm just going to drop this food farm here. We're just going to continue this path.
Okay.
That's going to be 2 points now.
All right.
So The outset of the game, it's going to feel very much like this. Like I'm doing my thing, you're doing your thing, but we're going to find ourselves clashing.
Okay. Now I can't let this get out of control. So I'm going to play my food farm tile here. This is a size 1 cluster, so 1 point. I'm also now adjacent to Blair Castle. So I'm going to go ahead and place that there.
And again, castles at the end of the game, if you maintain possession, are 5 points each. So
That's
in a
right.
2-player game, it's a 10-point swing.
Right.
So yeah, speaking of castle, I happen to be drawing my food farms a lot. I promise I shuffled these.
Okay.
They're one of 3 types.
You only have 3, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm next to this castle, but before that, I scored 3 points. Oh, did you score?
I did, my
Yeah,
1
okay.
point.
So
Right, you scored me?
Well, you should have 1 point plus 1 point, so 2 points.
Yes.
Yeah, you're good. So 3 points goes to 6. I get a castle out
Here.
on this one.
Alien Donen.
Sure.
All right, go ahead and draw a tile.
Okay.
So then it is back to me. I have another food farm. So I might as well continue down this path. So I'll score 2 points for this cluster now.
Okay.
And I am adjacent to Oban Cathedral.
Cathedral.
So time for another mission card.
Okay.
All right. Interesting. Okay. So then it is back to you. Let me just draw a tile. And now it's back to you.
Okay, I'd like to see a mission card. So let's go ahead and just drop this one in here.
There's an energy farm.
Energy farm.
So you are really claiming control over this castle.
I think it's official. I don't think I can be usurped here. This castle is now mine
Yes.
because it's 3 to 1, 2, 3. Even if you came in and took a clean sweep here, we'd be tied. And so
Yeah.
because it would be a tie, it would go to me because
Right.
I would have it already.
Because it's only adjacent tiles that you look at.
Exactly, yeah. So then now I am next to this cathedral, so I'm going to drop myself on here. These can be friendly here.
Yes.
So that's not a problem. That's not going to score anything.
Did you score your point?
I did not score my 1 point. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay, interesting. All right.
All right, done?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and draw a new tile, and I'm going to place mine out. So I have another energy farm. I have an energy farm here now, so maybe I'll just go here.
2 points.
And yeah, score 2 points for the cluster, and I'll put my castle right there.
Okay.
All right, so that is me. Let me just take a look at these really quickly. All right, that is the end of my turn. I'm going to draw a tile, and now it is to you.
Okay, another farm tile.
Okay.
I could continue this cluster, but I kind of want to see a little bit more of the countryside. So I'm going to drop it in here.
Nice.
So I'll be next to, so I'll get 1 point.
Yeah,
I'm going to get a castle, and
Okay.
then I'm also going to get a cathedral.
right there. Oh, sorry.
Nice little slide. Okay. Okay, back to you.
All right. So then I drew my first settlement. So this is a settlement with an influence value of 3 because there are 3 symbols on it. And again, you have to place these on settlement spaces. I think I'm going to place it here.
Okay.
So this is a small settlement, which means this is going to score now, and you score the number of points equal to the influence value, but it's also a port. So I gain 1 additional point for a total of 4.
So you're at 10. Okay, very good.
I'm also adjacent to this castle spot. So I claim that castle, and that's it. So
right.
now it goes to you.
Okay, since you're there, let's just create some problems. I'm going to place this energy farm here.
Okay.
So now we have a tie here towards this castle.
Yes.
So the tie is broken by the player that has more farms out there.
Yeah.
So I have an energy farm to your settlement. Settlements are not considered farms, so this gets usurped.
Yes.
So off this
it
goes,
does.
and then I go
Nasty.
place it there.
And you get a point
And I
for
do
your
get
cluster.
a point. I do. Thank you.
All right, back to me. I have a food farm. So this is where it gets a little bit complicated. But where to place? I'm just going to place it here. This is a blank space.
Yep.
And so again, farms can go there. But now I have a cluster of 3. So that scores me 3 points, please.
Yep, 3 points. Okay, 10 goes to 13.
And I believe that's it. So
Yep.
now it goes back to you.
All right, I have a 4 settlement, so I
Ooh.
think this is a good time to place it here.
Okay.
So you have 2 to my 1, so
Yeah.
this castle's still yours, but I'm going to score 4 points.
Right.
9 to 13, so we're tied. And then
tied.
I am next to this cathedral, so I get to see a little bit more.
You get a mission from the
cards.
community.
Yes. All right, very good.
All
Back to you.
right.
Yep.
Back to me. I have another settlement. This has 2 on it. I think I'll place it here, up here, in a
Okay.
very. That settlement wants to be sort of by themselves.
Wick.
So this is a small settlement with a port.
So 2
So,
plus 1.
Yeah, 3 points.
Okay.
All right.
Very
Back
good.
to you.
Okay, I'm going to continue this this food farm area.
Okay.
I'm going to just place this one. Let's place it here. next to this cathedral.
Cathedral.
So place it there.
Okay.
That's going to get me 2 points. And then
I don't think this is no, this is a large settlement.
Oh, I apologize.
It has a little outline. The settlements have like a bordered outline.
My eyes.
So-
Okay, so let's just place it here then.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just get 2 points and no card.
Okay.
That's me.
All right. Back to me. I have another food farm. So I'm going to place it here. This is a food farm space. It's a cluster of 4.
All right.
So 4 points, please.
All right.
So I go to
So
20.
Very good. I gotta
And
stop these clusters. Well, I think this
that's
cluster's
it.
dead now, right? I don't think it can grow. Oh, it can
Yeah.
grow here.
Well, it can grow there for 5 points.
For 5 points, yeah. Yeah, 5 points. Okay, so I'll put this here.
Okay.
I'll score 1 point
Okay.
and then kill that 5 points.
All right.
There you go.
I see what you did there. All right. I have an energy farm. So I'm going to place it here. So this is a cluster of 3. So I get 3 points, please.
Okay.
It's also adjacent to this
Glasgow?
cathedral,
Yep.
Glasgow. So I'm going to place that there and gain myself a mission card. Oh, interesting. Some of these mission cards are talking about very specific locations, and some of them talk about cathedrals versus castles. So you do have to be cognizant of which ones they're referring to. But there you go. That is me. So I'll draw a tile. It's back to you.
All right, I have a 2 settlement. Let's go ahead and put it in one of these big settlements. I'll put it right into Glasgow here. So 2 things are going to happen. One, I'm going to place out this castle. And then I'm next to this cathedral, so I get to see another card. So
Very good.
I've got 5 cards here, so I got to try to score some of these.
All right.
Back
Done?
to you? Yep.
All right. Well, it is back to me. I have another food farm here. But
Okay.
seeing as Naveen cut off
I
this
did.
route,
I had to.
it is time to move on
A
to other...
fresh farm.
Yeah, fresh farm. I'm going to go to this blank space, actually, and place that there. So it's a 1 point
Winner.
for the cluster, but I am now adjacent to this
You are.
castle,
Okay.
as well as this cathedral.
Okay.
So I'm going to draw a mission card. Interesting.
Something good?
something difficult, I think.
Okay, good.
And I'm drawing a tile, and now it's back to you.
Okay, I have a 4 settlement, so I think I want to
Ooh.
get 4 points. I'll just drop this in here.
Nice. It's a
And
small
that's gonna,
settlement.
Yeah, small settlement. It's going to get me 4 points right away. So 16 to 20. And then I get to put out another castle. There we go.
All right.
Back to you.
I like those small settlement
Yeah.
spaces. All right, well, I have a food farm, and I think I'm going to place this here while I can. So this is a 1 size cluster, so 1 point.
Trying to kill my thing, huh?
I just wanted this spot.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanted the cathedral, but yes, I guess that is a nice part. Also, it kind of, it sort of cuts off Naveen's.
Yeah, I only have 1 space
farm
now.
cluster.
Because if not, I could have grown here, here, and here to try to exponentially score those points.
Right, not anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that is me. I'm going to draw a tile. It's back to you.
All right, I'm going to place out this 3 settlement. I'm going to try to secure this as much as possible. So drop that in there. Nothing is going to score. And I don't think it's more advantageous to do this or this at this point. There's no cathedrals around it or no castle, so it doesn't really matter. I'll just place that there.
Okay, so you have 5
5
total.
Yeah. So this is a great time if you have just a single settlement
I
to go in there
know.
and nab yourself 5 points.
So
But that's kind of the
tempting.
gamble because we're only holding on to 1 tile at a time.
Fortunately, I do have
Oh,
a
okay.
settlement. I was sort of just debating
you're
whether
gonna-
it was,
That's interesting because
Good.
you're playing a 4.
but it doesn't matter because a 4 it's still going to get me 1 point more than had I played it in a small settlement. And it's sort of in the later game.
Okay.
So I'm just going to place it there. It's better than you getting 13.
It is.
So, so this is going to score now. This is a large settlement. We've completed it. Naveen has 5 influence to my 4, so Naveen gets 8 points.
20 goes to 28.
And I
then
get
you
5.
5 points to 30.
To 30.
There
I
we
just
go.
couldn't risk Naveen getting the full
full
13.
13, yeah.
That would have been really bad. So
Would have been.
back to you.
All right, I think I'm going to claim Blair Castle now because I'm going to place out this single electric farm.
Energy farm.
They don't have electricity yet? Yeah, that's right.
1 point.
Energy farm, there we go. So 1 point. And then because I have 1, 2, 3 to Monique's 2,
Right.
we have a new castle.
All right. Well, I have an energy farm as well, but I have a growing cluster here. So I'm just going to place it here. I'm going to score
that's
4
4
points.
points.
Did you draw a tile, by
No,
the way?
No. There you
Okay.
go. 4 points.
So I go to 34, and now it's back to you.
That is kind of the nice thing about the game because you only have 1 tile. So you know
Yeah.
when it's your turn, if you don't have a tile in your hand, just grab one.
That's true. And you're not choosing, the AP is limited because you're just
One
placing
tile.
the 1 tile. So
All right, another energy farm. So we're just going to drop it in here. It's going to score
Securing
me.
that.
Yeah, securing that. It's going to score me 2 points.
All right.
So I have 4 to your 2. So
Yeah.
that castle is safe.
That was my debate here.
Yeah.
Do I take that or do I just continue moving? So, all right, it is back to me. I have a food farm, and there are a couple of options, I think, but I think I'll go this way.
2 points.
Score 2 points, yeah, for the cluster.
All right, I also have a food farm.
Okay.
Simple. I'm just going to drop this in here. It's going to score me 3
3.
points. There we go. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, I have another energy farm. So I think I'm going to place this here because this is
Oh.
technically a cluster of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I got to kill that thing.
So,
oh, man, there's so much
to
energy. To be,
41.
how much energy have you played?
I'm also, hold on, I don't want to lose track of this. I'm also adjacent to a cathedral
Okay.
and a castle. Oops. So I'm going to draw a mission card. And let me just see what these other ones are. It's
Yeah,
been a while
it's good
since
to
I've
remember
consulted
those.
my missions. All right, that is it for me. So let me just draw a tile. Now it's back to you.
Okay, so I have a 3 settlement. I
Mm-hmm.
have a couple different options here, but I think I want to get another castle out on the board. So I'm just going to drop it all the way down here. And then I'm just going to drop this on there.
Interesting.
Perfect.
All right, so now it's back to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have another food farm. So I'm going to place this here.
3
It scores
points.
3 points. So 1, 2,
Oh,
3.
I got to close the gap.
And I have a castle right there.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so back to you.
Okay, I have a energy farm,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just going to drop it in here, scoring 2 points.
Nice.
Got my own little thing going.
All right, back to me. I have a single influence settlement, which I'm going to use to close this.
I
Can't
wanted
let you
it.
have the whole thing. So this is a medium settlement,
It is.
which means that the
5 and
point
3.
distribution is 5 and 3, and Naveen has 3 influence.
So I get 5,
Yeah.
so to 41, and you get 3.
1, 2, 3. You're closing the gap right there.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, back to you.
All right, food farm. Let's do it. I'm just going to drop this in here. It's going to score me 4 points now.
Ah.
So there we go.
Oh no.
We're moving.
Okay. I too have a food farm, so I guess I'll place it here.
Get your own little.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
What is that? To
51.
51?
Yep.
All right.
Another food farm
Back
for me.
to you.
We're
Oh,
just going to drop it in
no.
here. So a couple things happen. I get 5 points plus cathedral goes down.
Okay. So you're going to go to 50.
50. And then I
There you
get
go.
another card.
You closed the gap.
Okay, yes, I do. Let's get myself a tile.
All right. I have a single influence settlement again. So I think I'll place this here.
Okay.
It's next to a cathedral.
and castle.
So let me place this out and a castle.
And don't forget your 1 point for doing that.
I don't get a point.
Oh,
This
sorry.
is a medium
I apologize.
settlement
Yep.
that hasn't scored yet,
Yep,
but
yep,
I do
yep.
get a mission card. So that's nice. Okay. Some of these are pretty tough. And then we go ahead and draw a tile. Now it's back to you.
All right, I'm going to just drop this this one here. So it's
Okay.
going to score me 3 points.
Nice. 3 points.
Yep.
Oh, and you've taken the lead. 1, 2, 3. What did you draw?
This one.
Oh, it's an energy. Okay. Well, I drew another single influence settlement, so I'm just going to close out this medium settlement here. So this is a total of 8 points. Since I closed it out myself, I'll get the full 8.
You did.
So 59.
What bad timing for me.
Right.
What bad timing. I drew the 2 settlement.
Ah.
That was the play.
That was the
I would have
play.
scored. I would have gotten.
Well, there are plenty of other medium and large settlements that we have not touched,
I know,
including
but-
one that has a port.
I wanted 5 to your 3
I know.
for your setup work,
I know.
including the port. You're right. So I'll get myself 1 point for the port, and then this will just
Yes.
kind of hang out there.
Right. So you get 1 point right now.
Man.
Okay. Well, it is back to me. I have another energy farm. So I'm going to place this here. And I have this cluster of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
So 6, so 65?
This is rough because you have a double escape route. So even if I try to
Double
block,
escape route.
even if I try to block you off here, you have a way down this way,
Well, it is to you.
and you have this escape route this way. So I can't block them all.
You better start working.
Well, it's the last time I can score this. I have a food farm. I'm just going to drop it in here, knocking over your castle.
Oh, you have
1, 2,
a lot.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
I'll take it.
Okay. To 61. Oh, wait. 45.
Yeah. To
No, sorry. This is 54. This is a prototype.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit flipped, but 54 goes to 61. Okay.
61. There we go.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I shorted you.
You did.
You do a tile?
I did.
All right, so it is back to me. I have another energy farm, and I think I'll go
Oh, man.
this way.
I need.
But you have so many castles. I I need this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 goes 72.
Yep.
This is important for me because every castle is 5 points.
It's a 10-point swing for castle. Yep.
All right, back to you.
Yeah, I do got to protect these castles and score points. So this will kind of preserve this castle here.
Yeah.
From you. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 points for me.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty nice.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, because you're scoring points and you're keeping the castle along the way.
Yep.
Well, we might as well close out the medium settlement. So this is a 3 influence settlement, which should usurp yours because you have 2 influence here. So I'll score 5 and you'll score 3. So 77?
Yep.
And 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
All right. Back to you.
All right. Energy farm.
Oh, wait, hold on. I just realized that I have more tiles now
you do,
adjacent to this. So I gained the castle.
You do.
All right.
Not for long because I'm going to go here. Boom. So
Okay.
there we go.
Yes, that's right.
Because you have settlements to my farms. Yeah, so that goes right back, and I score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is rough. Well, I got to keep going. I have another energy farm. I'm going to place it here. This is a blank space.
It is.
So it's going to score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So you just counted out 8 of the 12 that are in the game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's
You
right.
are going to play them all. Unless, hopefully, because
You don't know what I removed. Remember, we removed 2 tiles each.
I'm hoping there's 2 electrics.
You get to look at them yourself, so I know what's missing.
I mean,
but
either way,
in any case,
you're scoring those points.
I also take the castle because you have 1 tile adjacent to it, but it's a settlement, and mine is now a farm.
Oh,
So there you go.
That's not good.
All right, back to you.
All right, fine. I'll do this. We'll get a new castle out.
Okay.
And then it's going to score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ugh.
So 6, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, back to me. We are at the very tail end here. So I'm gonna go ahead and place my food farm. I think over here. So that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's that.
All right.
Back to you.
Last lightning bolts on this little pathway here. I'm actually going to put it here.
Okay.
Put it there
So
because
you have more opportunity.
Yeah, because the way I see it is every lightning bolt you're going to play is probably going to grow here. So this will reserve this for me most likely.
Okay.
So then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 286. There we go. And if you want to divert your attention here, then that prevents you from scoring there. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is true.
Yeah.
But I think we keep moving onward.
yeah, you score it. Yeah.
There's the energy farm. This is a blank space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I got you. So,
So
you're at 99.
99, and I take this because this is a
See,
settlement.
that part I don't like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the part that's nice about continuing to move downwards.
Yeah.
All right, back to you.
Okay, it's time to start a fresh new food farm. Let's
Okay.
just drop it in here, and that's going to usurp your castle there.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
then that's
Because
gonna
you have
go
2
to
to
me.
1, and you get 1 point.
I get 1 point. Yes, thank you.
All right, back to
A
me.
couple more tiles left.
So then I have another energy tile. So I'm going to place it. I don't even know where to place these anymore. I guess I'll place
Probably
it
somewhere where you can score it.
here. I mean, there are a few options.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You had so many escape routes going that way.
I'll just place it here.
Okay.
So I think that should be 10, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah,
Please
that's
tell me
10.
you
And
put 2 bolts
I
out.
just realized this cathedral, you should have a cathedral
Oh
spot
man,
there.
yeah. And I think I did that a little while back.
Yeah,
so
so
I
you're
should have
supposed to
known about this. Please
have a
be
mission
something
card.
easy to do.
I'm going to score 10 points.
10
so I
points?
flip to the 100 and I go to the 109.
109.
All right. So that's it for that.
Okay.
And that goes back to you. And I think for me, the final cathedral spot is up there. And for you, this is the spot that
Yeah.
you're missing. So if you want another mission card, then you can go
Hard
there.
to plan around these missions at this point.
It really is.
Okay, I have a food farm. I think I'm just going to drop it in here for 2 points.
Nice.
I need to score some points. Man, you're taking over.
All right. I have a 2 influence settlement, and I think I would like to draw my last mission card. So I'm going to place this up here. It doesn't
Okay.
score any points because this is a large settlement hex, but it is next to that cathedral. So I'm going to place my cathedral token out. I'm going to draw my last mission card.
Okay.
That was
I'm actually going to do
not
something
bad.
extremely similar to that. I have a
Oh.
3 cathedral.
Okay.
But I'm going to drop it into this port space next to this cathedral spot. So I will score at least 1 point.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then again, incomplete settlements, at the end, you're going to get your base points for how many influence. So this will score me 3. If this does not get finished, Monique will get 2 points.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
let's draw this card. All right. And let's see how many tiles we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns.
5
yeah,
turns.
5 turns. Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
6 for you.
Yes, right. Because you went first, right?
Mhm.
All right. Well, I drew another 2 influence settlement. I'm going to go here for 1 point. Can I have 1 point, please? And now I'm 1
point.
settlement away from completing a 3 on my own. We shall see.
Yeah, I'm not going to let that happen. I have a single. So this is that moment that we talked about. So you're going to get, this is going to complete this.
Yeah,
You're going to get 8 points, but I'll get at least 5 of them.
Yeah,
So, all
that's
right. So
true.
you're going to get to 18.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
There you go.
Mhm.
All right, back to me for, I believe, the final time.
Call it.
This is an energy farm. So it's going over here. I think this is 11, right?
Oh, you believe the last time.
4,
Also,
5,
you know what
6,
your last.
7, 8,
Okay.
9, 10, 11. I
So-
just think it's too good to be true, you know? But
Yeah.
that is 11 points. So can you...
19
me-
to
yeah, thank you.
29. Oof.
Very good. Thank you. All right, back to you.
All right, usurpy time. So I have a 4 settlement.
Uh-huh.
Just gonna drop it in here. So we are tied now 2-2, but I have
Uh-huh.
more farms than you.
Right.
So this goes out,
Okay.
and
You
this
definitely-
comes in. And then if this does not complete, it'll be worth 4 points no matter what at the end of the game. There we go.
Well, if I do this and place my 4 here, then I take that.
You do.
I take it forever.
Dang it.
Forever, ever.
Shoot. Well,
All
I
right.
forced you to do that, I guess.
Back to you.
All right, food farm time. We're just gonna continue this one on, so it's gonna be worth 3 points.
Okay.
I want to get to 100 points. You know.
Almost. All right, back to me. I have another 4 settlements. So
Oh.
I could take this
Good
for the 8, or I could just go here, right?
for 4.
For 4.
Mhm.
This is the last, I believe, the last small settlement on the board. So placing that here will get me 4 points because it's equal to the influence. Do you mind moving me up 4, please?
4. Yeah. So you're gonna go to 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
33.
All right.
Eesh, eesh.
Back to you. Last 2 turns.
Last 2
It's the
turns.
penultimate turn for you.
Okay, I'm a little nervous about this being safe, so I'm just
Mm-hmm.
gonna drop this single one in here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So then that way I have a little bit more control there.
You didn't want to close this?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, I have a food farm. I'm going to go here. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, going back to your
Alright.
question, there might be a card in my hand that tells me to divert my attention. That's why.
That's right. The mission
That's why a lot of
cards-
these strategies that I'm doing, why I'm not cutting off, might be I'm trying to get something else done, but you're also running away with getting points every single time.
I see. That makes sense
So,
for missions.
all right, this is the tile I knew I was going to have here.
Okay.
I knew I was going to have this. The reason why I put this here was because maybe I need to be around this cathedral. So this drops in here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ooh.
So what's this?
907?
07. There we go.
Nice.
That was my last tile.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
So this
you
is
have
the
one
last
one.
turn of the game.
What is this?
Well, my last tile is a settlement. So yes, I had removed an energy and a food farm. So I'm sure that there's an ideal place to put this, but I'm just going to close out the large settlement
Yeah, I
with
mean,
it.
you're going to net 3
Yeah.
plus 3. Yeah.
So
So I get 5.
you get 5.
So I go to 12. And then you get 8.
I get 8. Yeah. So
It's
40,
a lot of ground for me to make up.
47. All right. That is it. That is the end of the game. We have reached it. So we're going to go into final scoring, which are 3 different things.
Yep.
First, we're going to score incomplete settlements.
Okay.
So I believe there are 2 of them.
This
There's
one?
this medium and large.
Okay.
So you're going to gain 1 plus 3. So
4
4
points.
points because you score the number of influence.
By the way, what my draw
Yeah.
was 2 settlements.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So these were what I did not have access to in the game.
Ah, okay. So then moving on to the castles. These are what they are now.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. So
that
that's
right?
going to be 5 times 8 is 40,
40.
points. So
You go to
56.
156. Oh
Yeah,
my
but you're
goodness.
coming. You're coming.
156. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7.
7.
So you get 35.
So very close,
Yeah,
actually.
it's only 5
So
points. spread.
35. What's 35 plus
Add
47?
5 and then add
So
30, if that helps.
82. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Finally, we are going to score our mission card. So would you like to go one at a
You want
time?
to go one at a time? All right. So I had Oban Cathedral. Remember when I put that single settlement in here? This is Oban Cathedral. By the way, I apologize if we've mispronounced anything here.
Yeah.
But anyway, Oban Cathedral, I have occupied the most spaces adjacent. So that's why I needed this, and I knew I had a lightning bolt to go
Right.
there.
So you have 3 to my 2.
Two, yeah.
So you're going to score 5 points.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you want to go back and forth?
Yeah,
All right. I just have one of those bonus ones.
3 points.
It's just 3 points. It's fewer points than, the ones that you actually have to do stuff towards. But
Yeah.
it's nice to not have to work.
Me
for
as
it,
well.
Really.
I
Oh,
have three.
okay.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
All right. Well, next I have Inverness Cathedral, which is up here.
Ooh, you
I
got it.
did. Yeah, I
Same.
think I got it at like close to the end there.
Yeah.
Oh, that last
You
placement.
That was a big placement for you.
Although ties are friendly,
Oh, that's
so
true.
ties would also satisfy it. But
That is
anywho,
true. You get 5.
that's 5 points. I blew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to
Okay.
you.
You had that most. You had this one big energy farm.
Uh-huh.
Mine said have the most energy farms
Oh, okay.
containing clusters of 3 or greater.
Have
So
the most
energy farms.
energy farm clusters
Yes.
of 3 or more tiles.
So the way I saw it was I was thinking about doing that early on.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you're only just gonna have one big one, and ties are friendly, so
Yeah.
I have at least 1 to your 1.
Yes.
So we're good.
That
So I
is
get
true.
5
So you
points.
get 5 points
Yeah.
because I have one large cluster instead of several.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Okay. Longest coastline. So you might want to help me here, but it's the longest
Coastline.
sequence of contiguous spaces on a coastline, and there's actually an image here that outlines all of the spaces that are valid
Did
for
you
this.
not get this?
I have 3.
That's not a coast.
What?
That's not the coast.
Oh, coastline.
Coast is water. You swim.
That's water. This
Swims.
is England. This
That's
is
a
England.
border
What am I
space.
talking about? Oh, I only
have a
one.
2 skis here.
Oh,
you
I
have
worked.
a oneer.
That is so
oneer,
funny.
Oneer.
That's so funny. I did not get this.
I need you to
Oh,
not
well.
get some of
That's
these.
not
I can't let
negative
you
points,
score.
at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most food farms in clusters of 3, very similar to what we saw earlier. So I have 1 cluster, 2 cluster, 3 cluster. I'm pretty sure you only have
I have
1,
2?
2.
Yeah.
So I'm good on that.
So you get 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All
I
right.
need you to fail.
Most border spaces,
Ooh.
specifically the border
Oh,
of
well, there you go.
England. So that's why I went
That's
here,
why you did
thinking
that.
that I was double dipping. But of course, if it's an England border, it's not a coast.
5.
So yeah, 5 points there.
All right, where is Blair Castle? This is Blair Castle. Basically, occupy the most spaces with Blair Castle. I have 4 to your 2, so I definitely
1,
did.
2, 3, 4, 5. I have most medium settlements that you occupy all spaces in. So I think we only did this once, and I was here. This is very, very important for me.
Did I do
So
it?
5 points. No, you didn't, because I tried to make it a point
Yeah.
to not let
Plus,
you
I had these 2 out of the game.
usurp me. Yes, that is true.
They were out of
So
the
it was
game,
a
so I
little bit
couldn't do
harder
it.
for you.
Yeah. Okay. This one is occupy the most spaces adjacent to Glasgow Cathedral,
Cathedral.
and I think I did. So we have
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You
so
did.
we did it.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Can't make up
5.
this ground here.
Okay. Dumfries Cathedral? I think it's down here somewhere. Wait, there's an image. This one. So just most spaces adjacent to it. So I was able to do
Definitely a
that as
reason
well.
to go grow out there.
Yeah.
Okay. I have same thing, but Invergary Castle, and I
Okay.
believe
So this
it is here. Yeah. and I
Yes. So you have all the
completely have it,
spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most small settlements. So this one I was actually keeping an eye on throughout the game because there are only so many spaces.
1,
Yeah.
2,
3.
3. Yeah, you got it.
I think it was 3 to your 2.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been at a tie, but I was too scared that you were going to take this eventually, so I took
I
it.
did want that one, but
Yeah.
again, having 2 settlements out was
So,
not good.
5 points, please.
5 to you. All right, and I don't think I have a card that scores me 30 points or whatever I'm losing by, but it is most castles, and I did
You
have
did.
8 to your 7, so I
Yeah.
get 5 points.
You do get 5
And
points
then that'll
there.
end my game there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 194.
And my final mission is Inverary Castle. Inverary? This one.
That one. Okay, very similar name.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have majority there. So 5 more points.
There you go.
And that should be it.
Ah.
These are the final scores. I believe this was 200.
200.
So 215 to 194.
Nice.
That's it.
I should have stopped the energy farm.
The energy farm.
That
this one.
was a big.
This is what did it for sure.
Because every card that I'm trying to be successful on is 5.
Yeah.
But every time you place a chit after 5, is beating any card that I'm beating.
Yes, it is true. You sort of have to make a decision, even though there's not a lot of decision points in terms of how many tiles you're actually holding, because you're only going to be ever holding one at a time. There's a lot of decision making in terms of what do I go for because I'm going to leave something else behind on the board.
Yeah,
right?
so I like every time like I'd have a tile, I was like, there's so many lines out of this. What you grew here, it was a perfect place because you had ways this way, and that way. And so I just was like, do I want to grind to stop that? But I think I had to. I had to cut off at least.
To cut off this one for sure.
I had to cut off, yeah.
This is definitely one of the higher scoring games that we played. In the past, we've done a lot more cutting off. And that also makes securing the castles a bit more competitive. Because I think after a while, when I sort of went down this way with my energy farms, it was like I was also locking in these castles in the south, right?
Yeah, because my goal like at the outset was to try to have a 2 up on you on some of these castles. So that would be a 5 less 5 up for me, but you were able to secure, I think it was this castle at the very end there. That's a 10-point swing there. So yeah, very well done.
Now again, we were playing the 2-player game, so we have these spaces blocked off, but in higher player counts, the board will be larger.
More gunning for these areas, and these cards also will dictate.
Exactly.
Well, there you have it. That is Rebirth. This game is currently on Kickstarter, so if you are interested in the campaign, there is a link down in the description, which you can check out. If you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to leave them in comments. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. And thank you all so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.